There comes a time when we hit a certain cold.
Lesson which I'm looking at biome, habitat, and ecosystem. Okay, you already know that an habitat is a place where an organism lives, is it not? Yes. Today we shall learn more about what? Habitat and our what? Biome. The first thing you must know is that living things depend on one another for survival. Okay, how do they depend on one another? No living thing can survive on its own, is it not? Yes. Plants depends on soil nutrients, is it not? Animal depends on plants, and other animals depend on animals to what? Survive, is it not? All living things must what? Eat, is it not? Yes. A biome is a large community of plant and animal that occupies a certain what? Region. So you can say biome is a very large area. Do you hear? Where living things are what? Found. Okay. Now there are 5 major what? Types of biomes of the world. Okay. You have seen them. One is aquatic. Okay. Aquatic biome is a very large community of water where you can find different kinds of living things. It includes the ocean. Okay. Then you can see the other one's called grassland. Grassland is a very large area of land that is covered with only grasses and few trees. Okay. Some animals also live there. You know. Then you have forest. Okay. Forest is a very large area that is covered with both trees and grasses. Okay. Different kinds of animals live in the forest. You know. Yes. And then you also have what? Desert. Say desert. Desert is a large area of land that has limited what? Plants and does not have what? Enough water. Is it not? Yes. And then you have tundra. Tundra habitat is very cold. Can you see the cold animal living there? Yes, all of us know this animal, is it not? Yes. Beside this, polar bear also live in what? Tundra habitat. It is very cool and it is large. Let's now look at what an ecosystem is. An ecosystem is made up of living thing and non-living thing. So when living thing and non-living thing come together, in order for life to continue, we say it is an ecosystem. Say ecosystem, yes. Our ecosystem is actually divided into 2 parts. Okay, we divide them into the biotic and the abiotic what? Part. So you can say we have biotic factor and abiotic what? Factor. All right. The biotic factor is called the living factor, while the abiotic factor is called the non-living factor. Now, the biotic factor contains living things. The abiotic factor contains non-living things. Examples of the biotic factor include water, air, minerals, climate, soil, and what? Sunlight. Why the biotic factor is mainly plant and what? Animals. Why? Because they are living things, is it not? Let's now look at an habitat. An habitat is a place where an organism what? Live, is it not? Yes. Every organism have what? An habitat, is it not? Habitats are divided into 3. Okay? The first one is called the aquatic what? Habitat. Aquatic habitat is water, pond, river, ocean. Okay? Anywhere that has water is what? Aquatic. Is it not? Yes. And then we have arboreal habitat. Arboreal habitat are mainly trees. Okay? Birds live in arboreal habitat. Is it not? Yes. They build their nest in the trees. Is it not? Yes. Then we have terrestrial habitat. Terrestrial habitat is land. Man live in terrestrial habitat. Is it not? Lion, goats, elephants all live in what? Terrestrial habitat. Do you agree? Yes. All living things need something to survive. Is it not? Yes. We call them the basic needs of what? Living things. Every living thing need 5 basic things to what? Survive. They are sunlight, water, air, food, and habitat. Is it not? Yes. Every living thing needs sunlight. You need sunlight to keep you warm. Do you know that sunlight, early morning sun, give you vitamin D? Yes. Vitamin D help to protect your body against what? Sickness. Okay? Not only that, plants also need what? Sun. Is it not? Yes, they need sunlight to carry out what? Photosynthesis. Say photosynthesis. Photosynthesis is a process in which plants use sunlight to make their own food. Is it not? Yes. All living things need what? water. Plant take in water. You drink water. Lion drink water. Is it not? Yes. All living things what? Breathe. Is it not? Yes. All of us need air. We breathe in oxygen and breathe out carbon dioxide. Plants breathe, take in carbon dioxide and give out what? Oxygen. Is it not? Yes. And every living thing need what? Food. Say food. Food. You eat. Is it not? Yes. You eat both plant and animal. Is it not? The lion eat only animal. So the lion is called a predator. Say the prayer. Is it not? Yes. So every living thing need food. And finally, everything needs somewhere to what? To stay. Is it not? Yes. It's called what? Habitat. Lion has his own habitat. You have your own habitat. Where's your habitat? Your habitat is your house. Is it not? Yes, it's your house. Why your room that you are sleeping is called your niche. Say niche. Niche. Yes. Okay. So let's look at a trophic level. A trophic level is a pyramid that shows how energy is transferred within an ecosystem. I told you just now that an ecosystem consists of living and non-living things. You know, yes, you discover that plants will produce food for us to eat. Is it not? Yes, we will not eat. Other animals will eat. And then when the animals die, they will be eaten and then they will be eaten and then they will return nutrient back to the soil and plants will use it. This is an example of a trophic level. Can you see it? Yes. In a trophic level, plants are called the producers. Can you see it? Yes. Why animals that eat only plants are called the primary consumers. Why those animals that eat both plants and animal are called the secondary consumers. Why those animals that eat only animals are called tertiary what? Consumers. Why when the animals die, they will be eaten by decomposers and nutrients will be given back to what? Plants. So you see, the first are called the what? Producers, which are what? Plants. Is it not? Plants produce food through a process known as what? Photosynthesis. Can you see it now? Yes. See the plant, it will trap sunlight, mix it with water, mix it with carbon dioxide, is it not? Plus nutrients from the soil, and then it will give out what? Oxygen, and it will make its own food, which is called what? Simple sugar. Let's look at consumers. Consumers rely on what? Plant, is it not? Or the producers. When plant has finished producing, consumer will now come and eat the plant, is it not? Yes, you eat plant, you eat rice, you eat beans. Okay, all these are what plant, is it not? Yes, you eat meat also, you eat goat, you eat chicken. Those are what? Animals. So we call them what? Consumers. There are three types of consumer. You've seen it: primary, secondary, and what? Tertiary. Primary consumer are called herbivores. Say herbivores. They eat only plants. So herbivores are animals that eat only what? Plants. Example is what? Human and grasshopper. Then we have secondary consumer, which are called omnivores. Omnivores are animals that eat both plants and what? Other animals. Human beings are an example of what? Herbivores. Then we have what? Carnivores, which are also called tertiary consumers. Carnivores eat only animal. They don't eat plants. Is it not? Yes. They are also called what? Predator. Is it not? Yes. What is a food chain? A food chain is a diagram that shows feeding relationship between what? Animals. Okay, it shows which animal eat which animal. Are you getting it now? Yes. This is an example of a food chain. You see, the producer is what? Grass. Okay, grass will be eaten by the grasshopper. The grasshopper will be eaten by the bluebird. The bluebird will be eaten by the snake. The snake will be eaten by the apex. And when the apex die, it will return nutrient back to the soil with the help of what? Decomposers. Say decomposers. Decomposers eat only dead plant and animal and return nutrient to the what? Soil. And the second what? Continue. Can you see another one here? Yes. This one now you see grass, grasshopper eaten by frog, frog eaten by snake, snake eaten by eagle, and eagle of course when it dies to return nutrient back to the soil. This is another example of an aquatic what? Food chain. You can see smaller plankton here be eaten by what? Krill, and krill be eaten by what? Walrus, and walrus be eaten by what? both the whale and the polar bear, is it not? Yes, they will eat the walrus, and then when the whale and the polar bear die, they will return nutrients back to the soil, is it not? Yes. Also, you can see the grill is being eaten by smaller fish, is it not? Yes, cockle. And these smaller fish will be eaten by what? The whale and what? Polar bear, and they will also what? Die. When the whale and the polar bear dies, they will be eaten by decomposers, is it not? Yes. And they will return it back to the soil. So watch this and learn more about what? Food chain. Pay attention to how plants also learn to what? Survive, okay? And learn how they are connected.
We all depend upon each other. We give something and get something in return. Let's see how. The grasshopper depends on the grass for its food. The frog depends upon the grasshopper for its food, who in turn becomes food for the snake. The snake finally gets eaten by the eagle. But how does this help the grass? When the eagle dies, its body decomposes and gets mixed in the soil. The dead bodies of all plants and animals mix in the soil. This helps the soil to become fertile. So the grass and all the other plants grow well. This is called a food chain.
Welcome back from that interesting video. I believe you've learned more about ecosystem, okay? That now brings us to the next lesson.
We are the children.
I